All right, gang, welcome to session 45 of the Sphere of Power campaign. Exposure. What's going to be exposed? Who is going to be exposed? How is it going to be exposed? We just don't know yet. That's why you have to watch. Anyway, so party is beneath the obelisk. It's been about a month of real live game time since we've played, so a little refresher is probably in order. Our wizard, who has spent the past few sessions polymorphed as a monkey, has finally recovered from his condition, thanks to some rather brash actions of the rest of the party and a close call with death. Meanwhile, they have been debating exactly how to proceed down there, or more correctly, how to proceed above ground with the information they've collected so far, and whether or not they have enough information to directly contest any assertions to the contrary. But at this point, they are pretty convinced that they have found a secret cult operating beneath the base or the oasis in White Palm in the middle of the Desert of Desolation. They believe that the second eldest son is somehow involved with this group and that they need to expose them, but they don't have the proof that they quite need. And they think this is all very, very relevant because somehow, some way, the cultists, the sand voyagers, the slavers, and perhaps even another group all seem to somehow be related in one way or another to either the escaped Efreet Calatarius or the missing princess who is slated to wed the eldest son of the oasis. Either way, progress seems to be dependent on figuring out how this conglomeration of interaction between these different groups actually plays out and what their true relationships are. That being said, I will now pass it to the players who are discussing how to proceed.
I think we were talking about what we're doing with our current detainee.
One who was saved from almost certain death with the sole purpose of gathering more information.
Well, I suggest we get more information out of him now before turning him into a monkey, because that might pose things to be difficult.
You have a point.
Although I'm not objecting to him being turned into a monkey at some point, but just kind of hard to talk to him if he's a monkey. Beyond that, the dome idea sounds brilliant.
Did somebody's stuff crack? Oh no, wait, that's you giving me Varric, I guess. Right? Because all of a sudden I had a big log window pop up.
Yes, okay. I just gave you control of your brother's character.
Very good.
Or your friend's character brother.
I'm tracking. All righty. So I'm trying to recall all the specific details he gave us. Did I write? Let's see. This guy is not the captain of the Slaver Guard or the Sand Voyagers Guild. That was the other guy in that who was hung up in the other room.
Correct.
Of course, Alex is going to have these notes. That's what I get for being lazy.
I was a monkey, so I couldn't take notes.
Well, you could, but they were written in poo and therefore pretty much illegible anyway.
Yeah, I didn't really want to read them after I changed back.
Albie, were you here when we got Jim changed back?
Oh yes, it was hilarious.
Perfect. So technically we can just change this dude
Payback's
to
a
monkey.
biatch.
Remember, you had him on standby in case things didn't go as planned.
Right. And
Yeah, the moment you started
there's-
smacking him around, I started queuing spells.
One hurls poo, the other hurls Arcana.
Perfect. We could since Kaelali seems to be needing her rest at the moment, we could monkeyfy him and traipse around this other section of the dungeon
Sure.
and just explore and give Alex some time to either get on game or roam around until she's feeling. Yeah, you guys know what I'm saying. I'm feeling a
Yeah.
little foggy this morning.
No, I'm down.
What do you think,
You're not
Miz
alone.
and Jim? Still affecting you, huh?
What are you
Keep-
guys mumbling about? I can't hear you from down this corridor. Why give me watch?
What do you think, Jim? You want to go poke our noses in the other area?
That sounds good. All I know is Redrith still has an urge to throw poo, but finds it very strange.
Yeah, I guess let's do that. Let's ask Miz his take on it on our way through.
So do we need to rest? That's the question. Do people need a rest before we go exploring?
I think there was an agreement that you guys were not so much sufficiently down in health, but it has been a while since you guys have rested.
And our skills are low, yeah. So I'm gonna go down in the hallway there and say, ask Miz if he's tired.
Yeah, he's tired of
Uh,
us. That's all we gotta say.
I look at you and go, yeah, I could do with a cat nap.
All right, let's do this. Do we want to do it right there, Jim, or do you want to put it in this room where some people would be reluctant to go anyway?
Or yeah, well, that's the question. Do we want to put it over here and block off that entrance so nobody else can get in or out while we rest?
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
All righty. All right, I suppose I can change it. I suppose I can change it so I'm not targeting Haig anymore. Since he was so cruel.
Hey, I was looking out for your best interest, sir.
Uh-huh.
Flinging poo was not your best look.
Guess that's all a matter of perspective, huh?
All right, so Redrith
Or
will
in this
go
case,
over.
suggestive.
Yes, that's true. Who got the poo in their mouth? I remember that.
As you guys come up to me, I'll just see you covered in muck. I'm like, oh my god, what you were doing in there?
All
What
right,
did
so
you guys get into now?
yeah, so everybody will have to crowd around unless they're going to stay out of the dome, because everybody who's not in the dome won't be able to get into it for the whole otherwise, once I set it, everybody can go and do wherever they want. I just have to stay right there. And it's been so long since I've cast the dome. I've got
I'm at half health, so I'm interested in a nap.
10-foot radius. So that would put it.
Miz is getting all sorts of technical. He's like, yep, I'm going around.
So
The rest of us are
there's-
like, yeah, just phase us through the wall. We're good.
yeah, so. And on the way out, we go and stop at the statue and turn the guy into a monkey. Is that? Or do
Oh,
we not-
yeah.
Or do we not care? Do we just tie him up and not worry about it?
That's a very good point. We should probably take him. You want you and I to take him down there and make him press the button?
Or you and Varric. You guys are the big guys.
We got anybody with any sort of
I think it
trap or
was-
hold spell if he tries to fight us?
I think it was all he's got to do is touch the right eye.
Yeah. That I do remember, sir.
The question
Commit that
is-
one to memory quick.
The question is, if you guys are touching him when he touches the right eye, do you turn into monkeys too?
No, we won't be doing that.
That's a good point. And technically speaking, who said he needs to use a hand to touch the right eye? You could just push him head first into it.
I suppose
Well,
if you're
no,
holding on,
Jim.
if you're
Jim
holding
used
on
the
to him
hand.
through his clothes, so that's true. I did use my hand.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that makes sense. Varric and I will take him down. We're going to walk through this because we know better, even though he's going to feel a little bit of something.
By the way, Keith, how tall is this doorway that I'm by where I'm gonna set up the dome?
Let me double check. I know it's
Since
pretty
it's
thick.
Since it's
Stone
a 10,
door.
it's a 10
Steps
foot.
down into the monolith, descends 70 feet to a 30-foot long passageway carved from the stone. Passageway ends at a stone door. Shown on the door is an image of an evil jackal head on the shoulders of a man. The eyes are sinister red points of light. Stone door is 1 inch thick and cannot be physically forced open. It does not say, so I am going to presume it is the size of the corridor, which is 10 foot square.
Okay. So a 10 foot dome, as long as I snuggle right up against the door, that will basically put it like that. That'll completely block off the door or come really close to it. Close enough that nobody can try and climb the dome and go around it or anything like that.
Well, it's probably a good point. But yeah, anyone approaching the door will know also.
Mm-hmm.
This will be like, what the hell is this?
Then the question is, do we want anybody on the other side keeping watch up the corridor?
Up the other. Well, I don't think so, because you mean the corridor opposite the side of the door where they enter?
Yeah.
The door can't be opened from that side. It has to be opened from the zombie on the inside. There's a
Yep.
mechanism.
Oh,
So they
okay.
can't get in anyway.
Oh, okay.
All we're really trying to do is deter people from coming from our side towards the door.
Okay. And it
From-
doesn't
from
really.
that entrance anyway.
Right.
You don't know if there might be another way in or out of this cavern. You
Right.
haven't fully explored everything yet.
True.
All right. So I cast my spell. I'm attempting to use one of my sound effects things.
Graham, leave him alone. Come on.
There we are.
Honey bear. Hold on. Sorry, guys.
Not a problem.
There's my dome casting sound effect. I don't know if that came through or not.
Guys, I got to go next door and get my dogs, leaving these people alone.
Okay.
They went outside and went to say, decided they were going to go say hello. I'll be right back.
All right. We'll wait.
Or
We'll wait
I'll
for
be
you.
able to listen.
We'll wait
but-
for you. Okay, Dan, because the next thing is, well, basically, if you're listening, go ahead. Just to let you know that your brother is
Honey bear. Hey.
Hey, you.
Go ahead, take care of the
Sorry.
dog.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Take care of the dog. All
All
right. So meanwhile, all right, we've got the two Goliaths have head down to the darker areas of this zone area region where you guys found the draining energy and what appears or what you believe to be much less visited areas of this dungeon, which of course has everyone going shiny, or at least you did
Yes.
at some point. So, all right, I'll have to wait for Dan to get back to figure out exactly why you're perching down there. I think I know why, but I'm not going to put words in anyone's mouth. Barris, the guy that you rescued earlier, He's followed you over to the dome, but I'm not quite sure what we're doing with the cultists that you have captured. Oh, you brought him over to the idol. Oh, that's where the two.
Well,
of them-
one.
okay,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
never
yeah.
mind. No,
Barris, yeah, Barris follows us. The other, yeah, the brothers brought him to the idol, and they were gonna basically, I would say, hold on to him through the cloth of his clothes and force his hands or knuckle or whatever to touch the right eye of the statue and see what happens. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome if it was a random effect that happens from the eye instead of just changing him into something. And so then instead he changes into a puddle of water or something like that.
Or polymorphs into a dragon. That would not be a good thing.
Right. Fire
And
elemental.
suddenly a portal is open to the 9th layer of hell, and guess who steps through?
Exactly.
Elvis.
What could go wrong?
Elvis has left the building.
Okay, so right now they're on their way back to the house. What I miss?
Okay, not much, just basically describing what everyone's doing. We put Barris over with I
Come on.
did move him over. Where the hell? Oh, he's still stuck on the outside of the wall somehow. Don't ask me.
I
how
think he
that-
got stuck on a wall. Yeah.
Yep. Let's try that.
Come on, go to the
Okay.
house.
So Barris is over there.
Come on.
And then
Come
the
on.
cultist is brought down to with the brothers have basically dragged him down. And at this point, I don't even think he's seen Goliaths before, so he's pretty damn intimidated by the pair of you dragging him away from the rest of the party. He's like, "Oh my God, what are they going to do to me?" But he doesn't seem to offer much resistance when you tell him to touch the statue. You guess that he doesn't seem to really know about the effects of the statue. Not to mention, he's already seems to be feeling ill himself or weakened after being dragged into this corridor.
Is that
So,
still affecting?
At this point, he's just like, whatever you say, man. Okay, just don't kill me, please. Don't kill me.
Awesome.
So yeah, I guess to complete that sequence of actions, he does indeed touch the right gemstone, and has now been turned into a.
Awesome. Yay, it's
You'll
not me.
forgive me if I don't go through the effort of changing his token around at this point in time. But he is labeled as senior cultist, and we will all understand that means monkey in disguise.
Exactly.
Disguised
That's
monkey,
fabulous.
depending
Very
on
good.
the preferred verb order.
Very good. So then Dan and Varric will bring him back. We're tying up the monkey. I suppose they're just putting a harness on the monkey and tying him to Varric, since Varric's not here to say no.
Oh my
I would
gosh.
severely
I've been
bind the
talking this
monkey.
whole time. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Now I can.
Oh. Okay. So I was going to tell the cultist, because in case he tried to hit the left eye, I was going to tell him his only choice was to believe us, and that the left eye was going to kill him and the right eye won't, but he doesn't have a choice to not press the eye. So pressing the eye was his choice. And then I was going to do a persuasion roll, but we kind of hand waved it, and that's all the better. Come
Awesome.
on, Grambo.
Dan, you just got to bring a little
That
piece of
is
lunch meat
not
out with you when
working
you go out
very
to the dog.
nicely.
So Honey Bear came in just nice, just fine. The lab came in. The new puppy is like, every time I open the door to let him inside, he's like, nope, I'm going back down the steps and sitting in the grass.
Piece of ham or lunch meat or anything, scrap
Yeah,
of bread or
Right. I mean, I know how to treat him to come in, but I want him to want to come in. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying not to bribe him right
good luck with that.
at the moment, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So, okay, so from here,
Hold on a second, guys. I've got a problem with Haig and Mizram being stacked on top of each other. I can't seem to separate them.
oh, do you want me to try to
Yeah,
do a movement so you can approve?
If one of you could.
Yeah,
There we go. Okay, cool. Thank you.
cool.
Oh, I can breathe at last.
Sorry, I smell kind of funny.
Yeah, we'll not get into a discussion of bathing habits at the moment.
I'll say is those Goliath pits, man. Goodness.
And they're all right about nose height, for everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. Except for a monkey.
Well, we won't talk about what the monkey is smelling.
Yeah, there's that. But Redreth knows all about it.
Yes, he does. All right. So you have cultist converted to monkey. You have created your dome.
That just sounds funny.
The monkey cult, huh? Cult of the monkey
Yes.
god. Dome is up and obscuring and protecting the rest of you at the moment.
I would like Alex's rope that holds on to anything to hold on to itself around the monkey's neck. Not tight, but enough where the monkey can't release itself. And then we can I will tie the rope around my waist, Haig's waist.
Yeah, it's a bit tight on this side of the door because I needed to cover the whole thing there.
Again,
kind
you
of-
don't have to. We can move away from the door because that side of the door won't open.
Oh, so you're saying it could be a little more like this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very good. Yay, Alex is here.
It is, Alex. Awesome.
Oh, wonderful.
You had us worried for a minute.
She's not connected
Still-
to audio yet.
It's still connecting to audio, yeah.
Yep. That's who I was hoping it was when I heard the ding. Yeah, I would say that if she's missing a session, it would have to be something pretty serious. Either that or she just overslept. There she is. You there? Can you hear us, Alex?
Hey, sorry, my guys. I apparently did not hear all my alarms.
Or your phone.
Yes.
Well, you're all right, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that we were worried. We were worried that you because last thing we heard from you was that you were sick. So
Yeah. No, I'm fine. I'm waking up, really.
yeah, I figured, as I was just saying, if you're missing a session, it's either something really serious or you just overslept.
Well, we're actually we're all actually laying down to go to sleep. So, we put the dome by the door. We got the monkey or the guy changed into the monkey, and Haig has a rope or whatever your magic rope is around his neck and tied off to Haig so he can't go anywhere. And we set up the dome to block the door.
So yeah, if you're wondering about the extra tokens inside the circle, one is Barris, the guy that you rescued earlier. The other one is the senior cultist that is really been turned into a monkey, but I'm not updating the icon.
Okay.
Just a question, Jim. How many people you allowed inside the hut?
That's a good point. 9
Oh, okay, perfect.
creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome.
Uh-oh. Does that exclude the Goliaths?
Are they medium?
They are medium.
They are being considered medium? Okay, good.
That's right.
Yeah,
They're considered large for certain tasks they want to do.
we are considered medium creatures, but as far as our carry strength and lifting capabilities, we're considered large.
Awesome.
Rule skirters.
I know nothing of what you're talking about.
And all I have to say is Red Dress still has the urge to fling poo.
That could be an interesting characteristic as we continue on.
And
Most
his poo is
definitely.
much larger.
Imagine the poo fights if you were still a monkey and we had this monkey in our group.
That would be awesome.
Okay, note to self, next polymorph, baboon.
All right. So is there anything else we need or do we do the long rest and
Yeah, I think we're ready for nap time.
Nap time sounds good.
As you stretch.
I'll take first watch, being on an elf.
how do I calculate my spell save DC, or is that written somewhere?
Your spell save DC is 8 plus your proficiency modifier plus your spellcasting modifier.
Okay. 8. So 8 plus 6 then, or 8 plus 3 plus 3. Very good.
Yeah. It's written down somewhere, but I can't remember off the top of my head exactly where.
That should be like a bigger box right there on the main page for spellcasters.
It's buried somewhere in the actions tab.
Yeah, if you look in your action tab, you go down to where your spells are. Click on the left click on the mouse button on the magnifying glass. It should pop up. It should give you your 8 plus, and then your proficiency, and then obviously, your intelligence tells you what it is.
Okay.
It says how it calculates, but it doesn't actually.
If you check a spell that has a save, it'll tell you what the DC is.
Okay.
So about 3 hours, roughly, give or take, after you guys settle in for comfort and restorative, recuperative rest, you do hear something, probably a cultist or someone else, not a large number of people on the other side of the door. They're discussing something. The voices are muffled. However, interestingly enough, what is that? That's actually the Kaoli, who's standing by the control mechanism, can kind of clearly make out their conversation, something about the way that the cavern is set up, that the audio seems to be better there than directly in front of the door. That being said, the only thing that she really clearly hears is them attempting to recite the password or passphrase, and obviously guys aren't responding, so presumably the rest of the conversation is about, what's going on? Why isn't the door opening? And presuming that you guys are not going to act or get their attention, eventually they just dissipate away without any other commotion or other indicator of activity in the corridor. Any thoughts or actions, or shall we proceed with your rest?
That was
Yeah,
kind
that's-
of what I was
That's the
hoping for.
question. Okay, so we don't want to confront whoever's trying to come in the door.
Well, not for the sake of rest. I mean, we might stir up some curiosity, but if they were to come in the door and see what was in that room, my thoughts were it was going to raise curiosity anyway.
Yeah, that's
Nobody's
true.
in the room, nobody's where they're at. Well, this is kind of weird. So we were going to run into that anyway.
Yeah, but as
Yep,
you
that's
pointed
true.
out, there's no way for them to open the door from that side.
Right.
Awesome.
So yeah, they tried the password didn't work, and you presumably have some confused people on the other side. And who knows, it could have been a cultist. On the other hand, could have been someone else just wondering what the hell's going on. Well, no, they knew the password, so they obviously know a little bit more about this place.
It's a shame that no one ain't got the mold earth spell, because they could have written on the other side of the door, out of order.
I'm back later.
Oh,
We have no soup for you.
no soup for you. That's right.
All right, so that being
Yep.
said,
I'm just rolling around in my bedroll. Heard him mumbling, but I'm like, yep, nope. Sleeping.
however, with this rest, you are now moving yourselves over to a not nocturnal, a diurnal schedule, because it is now probably not too far after dawn. Presuming you're taking a full 8-hour rest.
Trying to remember, do we roll hit dice for a long rest? What do we do?
No, it's automatic. If you get
Let me trigger
I
the long
forget.
rest.
Yeah, I forget what our exactly what our house rule is, because we're not using standard 5e rules, but it's still automatic.
Just a question if you guys want to do anything before we kick off the heel.
Yeah, I want to fireball Haig. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Oh, Tim, that was my left eye.
Right, exactly.
Sorry, my computer has to wake up and it is taking longer.
Okay, excuse me for a moment, being interrupted by Kitty.
We're gonna see
Hey,
if
kitty.
I'm gonna see if I can insight the fact that Red Dress really pissed at me for beating him up a little bit. That's a 15. I would say that does okay, right? How obvious are you being, Jim? That you're kind of pissed off at me.
Honestly, I would think he's satisfied that he got poo in your mouth.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, I mean, I have one bottle of Cynar that I'm willing to offer you in apology for thinking that if I knocked you out, that I would bring you back.
Redruth is satisfied that he got the poo in your mouth.
All right,
Yeah, you
fair
might want to
enough.
use that Cynar to wash out your mouth. Even distilled
Yeah, exactly.
artichokes taste better than poo.
Dan, like the book you were listening to, you need Crystal Wash.
Yeah,
Right.
Crystal Wash. That's right. Crystal Wash.
What book was this?
He Who Fights Monsters.
Okay.
Yes, very good book series. You should read, Keith.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think I'm less than an hour from finishing book 2.
Hmm.
Computer.
It sure is taking its time, huh?
Yeah, well, it was running really slow last night, so I shut it down after my game, so it has to completely wake up instead of just resuming from
And,
hibernation.
and depending on how long it's been since your last complete boot, it's probably installing patches from Tuesday.
I don't know why I got this mental image now that your whole area where you sleep is like like Frankenstein laboratory, but for your computer.
Yeah, my office is also my bedroom, so
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty safe to say that I spend probably about 95% of my time awake or asleep in one room.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, you would know.
No,
Well, that's
Fantasy
okay
Grounds is connecting, or actually it's connected and loading. And Zoom is attempting to do something.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything Redrith needs to do before the long rest is triggered.
Anyone
I don't
else?
think there's anything. I don't think there's anything KLOE needs to do, but I'm trying to check that.
What about your healer, Fekish?
I'm cool.
Okay, and I am going to trigger the long rest.
Fantasy Grounds is not fully loaded yet.
Oh, it auto distributes XP during a long rest now. I think I like that.
That's a setting for critically awesome essentials.
Uh,
Oh, okay. Again, I think I like it.
I was going to ask.
Some people like it, some people don't.
I
It
think it's
can be very
appropriate time to do
convenient.
it.
Yeah, it can be very convenient.
It's definitely an appropriate time to do it, and it's better than a reminder. It's like, I'm just going to go ahead and do it, but let you know.
Well,
Yeah.
all I'm gonna say is, soon as my character got his long rest, it's straight out of that hut, because now I'm in cat form and I can smell all the body odor and the poo slinging around from earlier that I weren't witness to. I'm like, oh my god, I'm living with people worse than animals.
Okay, now that my Fantasy Grounds is fully loaded and I can grab my character, let's see. We do regain hit points. Exactly how many?
And I was going to ask earlier, were we supposed to level up to 8?
No, you guys just went up to level 7.
I thought we
Yeah, we just hit
did,
7.
but for some reason, my experience count says 24,352, and next level was 23,000.
Because you didn't update it. It should say 34,000.
Okay.
Yep.
I update mine regularly.
Same for Ms. Ms, you need to update your XP to 34,000.
And
Yeah.
actually, I have pinned the chart to my hotkeys.
Thousand, not 3,400.
Oh, sorry.
You're not going to instant level to 100. Sorry, Ms.
Well, I tried.
You
I
can
tried.
try.
Okay.
Yep. I'll give you an A for effort.
The timestamp has scrolled off the shared screen. Can we either scroll that back or get it again, please?
Say that again.
Timestamp for my notes.
Oh, yeah, I did post it earlier. You just weren't here. So this is after rest.
Okay.
Okay. And Ms. is retreating to the cave. Smells better in there, that's for sure.
I'm now really conscious of cleaning, so I'm there, give myself a good cleaning. Oh,
But
oh,
you
the look tree on my own back. Oh,
do remember you have the most sensitive nose of the group at the moment.
yeah. I'm gonna have to get a special magic collar made for me that just gives off permanent lavender smell, just so that I have to smell these lovely people.
It's not a bad idea, actually. The black cat with the purple leg. All right, so what are you guys doing? You successfully made it through arrest. There was someone or something on the other side of the door that obviously didn't persist. You have a monkey, a cultist converted to a monkey as a prisoner. Barris is definitely doing a bit better right now. And he's feeling kind of like, if you guys could just let me out, I can be on my way. He's gracious, but he's also not exactly interested in getting any further into the stuff, especially after being kept captive in that corridor that was draining the life from him.
We got all the information
yeah.
we needed from him, right?
I
Pretty
think so.
much. Yeah, he doesn't
Well, as
really know
DM,
a
am I
whole
really
lot.
going to say, oh, no, you didn't learn this or that or the other thing?
I know that the brothers' vote is to continue exploring the dungeon. I text Maddie too and asked him which he would rather, and he wants to explore the dungeon as well.
Red Death feels there's more here also. Although he's still tempted. He does have polymorph as a spell. He's tempted to transmute a hag into a turtle or something. So
Perfect.
we'll hold on to the spell slot though right now.
Even after I offered the Sinar, I mean, what the crud, man? There's no forgiveness here.
I thought that was elephants that never forget. I guess it applies to monkeys too.
So Red Earth would like to keep exploring down that hallway that you guys went into. There's one of the rooms you went into and then didn't go any farther past the door. And I think there were other doorways we hadn't explored either.
Yeah, I think there was, if I'm looking at the map right, when we came in, the spot where we opened the door with the monkey statue, the room to the north is filled with spider webs.
Yes.
I don't remember what the room to the south is. I didn't hear any other votes either.
This is the one I just put the arrow on. That's the one that's all full of spider webs and stuff that
Correct.
Kaylee went through. Okay.
Yeah.
So you made it through there without a fight. Do we know what this one is? Was there anything there? It's been so long.
I don't think
remember.
I don't think we've checked.
Yeah, I don't think we checked. I believe we got a couple of dead ends over over here.
Thought these
Um,
doors, right? These doors were dead ends on each side of
Yeah,
this.
those doors were dead ends, and then I want to say that this room here was also a dead end. It had some escaping fog and something else, some creatures in it that we fought. And then I think over here was also a dead end.
That was where we fought the two final guys.
Yeah.
Well,
And I don't think there was any additional doors in there, but I'm not entirely certain that we looked either. We kind of needed a rest. Oh, by the way, let me look up the healing so that everybody can update their current hit points.
oh yeah.
Just to point out, you are aware there's a door down there that you haven't gone through, right?
The door where?
I highlighted it in the southeast portion of the map.
Yes,
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 that's what
we are aware of that.
Because you had
Also,
said there was a dead
isn't
end,
there
and I'm like, no,
something-
there was a part there you didn't check out. So
There's something directly to the south of where the spider room was. Through there, it looks like there's some kind of an opening. And then there's also up through the spider room, there's another doorway up there we haven't gone through.
Right. Okay, so for healing, you gain 1 HP per character level. So that would be
a quick
7.
reminder, a quick reminder, since Matt isn't here, is that as a paladin, he has been feeling some concentrations
Yeah.
of evil throughout this place in different places. And so, in addition to that corridor that was draining you, which actually has a very mild impact, he has been feeling something very, very intense coming from off in this northeasterly direction.
Okay.
A level 3
Uh,
evil as opposed to a level 2 evil.
Okay, so because we did not look this up before we actually hit our long rest, can we retcon that we may have used some healer's kits to improve the healing on some people? Redreth only had 7 points of damage, so he'll recover fully, but myself and the Goliath will not.
Well,
Yeah.
I think posthumously, I think it'd probably be safe to say that I would have expended any healing needed before taking the long rest just to kill off spell slots.
That would be great.
Okay,
So just assume
Okay.
that everybody is back at full health.
Oh, that's a little
Okay.
presumptuous, but
Well, I didn't use all of my,
retcon.
yeah, I didn't use any of my first level healing spells.
Well, I did specifically ask you, but also I understand 5e is still new for you. So
we also failed to remember to look things up, and then I looked at the combat tracker and realized that we needed to look it up.
Yeah. Either way,
So I
before
looked it
taking
up.
a long rest, I would have doled out
Well-
healing for everybody. So
Roll some. Clicking the button on your actions tab has nothing to do with marking off spell slots. So if our DM will allow it, you could just roll some healing rolls and heal people.
yeah,
that'll work for now. We've already pretty much established that nothing's going to be bothering you during this rest period.
Okay.
Though I
So
could
Kaoli,
I could re-roll for random monsters.
would rather you didn't, but I mean, you're the DM, that's your prerogative.
Redrith will happily throw poo at him. I mean,
So Kaoli, Varric, and Haig all have healing that won't be all require healing that the long rest does not take care of. So,
Let's see here. So and who else? Redress?
yeah, I'd target us one at a time.
No,
Otherwise,
I
it'll
get-
do the same roll.
Redrith doesn't need healing. I just zeroed it out because if you get 1 hit point per level, I'm level 7 and I only had 7 wound. So
Right.
I healed up automatically regardless.
Yeah. But because of the way Fantasy Grounds works, you have to target us one at a time.
While you're doing that, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go fill up my coffee.
Filling up coffee is useful.
Oh, while taking my vest, I wondered, should I replace one of my druid spell for Tiger Wave so I can wash you all?
That takes care of
I'm-
you.
You can if you want.
And then Hag.
That might be a bit extreme. You all take 4d8 damage if I use this spell to clean you all.
And everybody else is good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then, so did you get Varric?
I do not see Varric in the combat tracker.
I see Varric. He's currently targeting Redress. There you go. He needs a minimum of 4 points. Okay, he's good.
Ta-da.
Somebody can
Fine with that.
zero that out. I don't know who has control of his character sheet, but
I do.
Anybody else? We're good. Everybody's good.
I think everybody's good.
Yep, all good.
Excellent.
All right. So we're healed. Long rest has been triggered. Yeah, everyone's bars look up except for Varric. Varric looks like he's still missing a little.
Yeah, somebody's got to change his
my
wounds
batteries in my-
value to 0.
I think my batteries in my keyboard are dead. I'll have to change them out first. All right. Just know that's coming. We don't have to stop flow just to do this.
All right, Varric's been updated. All right.
Excellent. Okay, now we're all good.
We're all rested. I think we're ready to move on.
Okay, I think we should go through that nasty corridor and investigate some of the stuff on the other end of it.
Usually cool shit is
there's-
blocked by hard rooms.
Exactly. So there's the door at the end of the corridor, past the monkey statue, and then there's there's also more this way, and then there's the door past the spider rooms.
And Barris wants to know if you're going to let him out.
I say we let him out.
Oh, I don't see
I
any
say we
reason
let him
why we
out
need to keep
because
him.
And pretty much you need one of the Goliaths to operate the gate mechanism unless there's going to be 2 of you doing it.
yeah, I say we let him out because if he doesn't want to join us, then he's not obligated to.
He's not an adventurer.
So if he wants to leave, we should let him leave. Sorry if you're getting background noise. Apparently they're shifting furniture around so they can sweep or something upstairs.
Actually, no, he actually is a bit of a low-level adventurer, but he's had his fill after being in that corridor.
Yeah, that's
Would he
kind of what I
be,
figure.
would he be somebody we could utilize to pass information to anybody of importance up top?
I'm not sure if we really want to.
Right. I don't know if I don't know if we have the right information yet to
But he
pass
could
on to
definitely
the power
collaborate
B.
our story at a later date.
True.
Yeah.
You sure you're going to be okay out there? Because as soon as we're not there to protect him, someone recognize him. One of the prisoners that are supposed to be locked up down here. And plus, I'm not sure how well they keep their faces covered, so he might not be able to recognize people who kept him captive.
Right.
He doesn't have to be able to recognize who kept him captive.
But they might know him
necessarily.
as a captive.
Yeah, they might recognize him, and more importantly, just the fact that we have a witness who can say that yes, these cultists captured him. The cultists that we're talking about did in fact capture him and torture him. That can make our story stronger, even if he can't pick him out of a lineup.
Oh, I know that, but what I'm trying to say is, if we let him out now, when we're not there to protect him, and just cultists milling around up top, you're not going to notice them, and they might just silence him once and for all.
Yeah, he's probably safer with
Okay,
us at this
fine.
point.
So we
Oh.
send.
Miz,
So
are
he
you
definitely
saying-
should stay with us.
Miz, are you saying you want to put him in the witness protection program?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Hey, we can put him in the monkey protection program.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna mess with a monkey. Just tell him
I'm-
go
I don't
up
know
and just
about
climb
that.
up a tree.
There's some people who don't like monkeys.
Oh boy.
Just saying. They
No,
won't recognize
seriously.
him though. Guarantee it.
Seriously, if what we're worried about is cultists milling about at the obelisk right away, then we just escort him to the top, and we go out first to make sure that the cultists aren't waiting in ambush. But I honestly don't think they will be, because that could blow their cover. Yes, they will be confused. Yes, they may suspect that somebody infiltrated their hideout, but it's morning. I don't think they can risk all of them hanging out there, and he can probably hold his own if there's one or two lookouts.
We totally got to bring that statue with us so we can turn everybody into monkeys.
But if we're that worried about it, we can escort him to the top and go out first to make sure that there's nobody spying on the obelisk. If we're that worried about it.
Well, I'm not too worried because I'm in cat form, so meow.
Yeah, you're trying to avoid smelling all of us stinky people.
Yeah, but I just thought I'll give you a reminder just in case before you send it out there. But no, it's cool. I'll let you all decide.
I'm good either way. He wants to leave. He should be allowed to leave. And it doesn't matter to me one way or the other if we escort him to the top to make sure that he leaves safely, or just let him go by himself.
I think if we presented to him in the discussion that we just had, he may decide to stay on his own right. Because I don't think he would be relatively safe up there.
Well, he just heard us all talking about it. So what say he?
Yeah.
Yeah, what does he say?
He says that he's willing to take his chances. He just wants to get home.
I cracked the door open.
He can hold his own.
I cracked the door open about 2 feet, 3 feet, so he can squat under the door, but I don't want to let anybody that may be on the opposite side of the door run in at us. If he stops moving and his head rolls, then I know somebody was on the other side of the door. Ring, door open.
And he scoots out from underneath. And you hear him go down the corridor Doesn't seem to be anything lying in wait, no unusual sounds. You just hear the fading of footsteps.
Oh, I was hoping that
Perfect.
as soon as he goes,
Correct.
oh, daylight, you get peppered with arrows. But no. All day, all day.
All right. And then I turn to everybody else. So we're going to go poke in the hard spots. Let's do this.
Kinky.
I'm sure
Yeah.
the monkey is not happy with us.
Yeah, why would he be?
Yeah. Of course, he can't even, properly untie the rope because we told it to stay tied. Every
And
time
I
he
look at
tries,
him, and
we
when he
just
gets
tell it to
every
tie
time-
itself.
every time he seems to get squirmy, I'll go, dude, I'll stuff you in a bag. And then he settles out.
I just realised he's still tied to you by this magic rope. So technically, you got a Goliath monkey made flail that you can just whip around and use as a weapon.
Flail. I didn't realize what you had said. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh wow,
That'll work.
yeah. Okay, so which door did we want? Which doorway did we want to explore? We've got 3 that I can think of, and then 1 room that I'm not sure we actually thoroughly searched
Well,
for
we
secret doors.
know what so we know the spider web room. I don't know, what is the construction of the spider web room, Keith? Is it stone or is there wood in there?
Let's see. So the first room is completely filled with spider webs with the exception of a path to an arched opening in the north.
I could see the opening.
Right. And beyond, there's another door. And I believe the spider webs, there is something of a path in the center
Correct.
of the spider web room.
Correct. Room is completely filled
Okay.
with spider webs with the exception of a path to an arched opening to the north. The path is 6 feet high and 2 feet wide.
Some people might have some trouble getting in there, but that's okay. Not all of us will have trouble.
But if the room's made of stone, according to Minecraft, spider webs burn. So we could burn away some spider webs and see if there's anything interesting in there.
Yes, we could. We definitely could.
What is that I hear? A fireball is needed?
I was actually thinking of using my a spell for once from my Eldritch Knight and kind of
There you go.
walking around with burning hands.
Oh, that'd be even better.
Oh, that would be very
that's
good.
awesome.
Sometimes I forget I'm an Eldritch Knight at all. And then I was like, oh, wait, look. So yeah, if nobody's against that, that's my plan.
Yeah, go for it.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Cool. I'm going then. We shall start.
Caltree,
Go ahead.
or sorry, mixing up my names because they start with the same syllables.
Having
Callow
identity
is
issues?
yeah, identity problems. Callow is going to happily float because she's enjoying this new ring of hers. It's fun. Flying is cool.
Yeah, until your feet go numb.
So yeah, Keith, if you're willing to give me a little bit of control of my fire, I don't necessarily want to like put down the 15-foot cone to control damage. If I can kind of control some of that flame to sustain it a little bit, I want to use it, kind of work my hands in a semicircle to burn away the spider webs on the right wall here. Hold on. Here-ish. Guess it would be more like here-ish and working up the wall to the north. Oh, what did I do? I broke into the toy. There we go.
So you're walking in there with burning hands? Is that what you're
Yeah.
doing, Dan?
Oh, my mic's down. Sorry, or up. I'm gonna stand in the doorway and I'm gonna start kind of at the angle where my arrow is and kind of sweep up the wall with burning hands. Try to control the flame a little bit instead of one just big giant burst. See if I can kind of hold back and sweep like a fire extinguisher. Just whoosh, up the wall.
I'm ready
Attempting
to
to-
I'm ready to toss a fireball if I need to. I'll just measure it out so we can see what would happen. If I need to, I can do this.
Right.
If the place is made of stone, do it up.
Well, no, I'm letting you do your thing. Letting it the wizard is like, oh, my little child. I'm so proud.
Oh, with your best Scottish accent. Oh, wee lamb.
So cute. The cute little spells.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm just ready in case we stir up something crazy and a whole bunch of people, something comes out, I can just lob that right into the middle there.
He's like, oh, giant spider. Done.
Exactly.
We're good.
I could also, if it comes in like a giant, I could also polymorph it into something too.
Oh yeah, you got that one, Brett. Too. Hey, look, another monkey.
Right.
Okay. I don't suppose it's time for a 5 to 10 minute break anytime soon. I have to go AFK and do something real quick.
Just
Well, you did roll out of bread. You need your morning bio break, don't you?
No, I did that before I finished waking up the computer.
Oh, gotcha.
But
Very
mom's
good.
coming home momentarily, and apparently I have to unload the dishwasher before she gets home.
Very good.
Yeah, whatever's clever. Go for it.
Before you do that, just so you know what we'll be facing. when you
You're
get-
off your mic, Keith.
Sorry, before you do that, so you know what you're going to be facing is that basically as soon as Haig walks into that area, two spiders become rather apparent within the webs. One very large, one not at quite as much, but they're both larger than any of you.
Boom.
Kaboom.
Yep. And I suspect the reason that I didn't bother them is because I didn't touch the webs.
Oh.
Let's see what my fireball sound effect. Let me know if this comes through.
Oh,
did.
yes. That does come through. Very
That's cool.
nice.
All right, so I'm going to pause the recording and we will meet back here at 1:45. Okay, so we now have everyone back. We have everyone lined up. And you apparently have something worth barbecuing.
Did Varric come up with you, Haig, when you came forward?
Yeah. Sorry. we kind of pace together.
I know the Goliaths are already probably salivating over the notion of barbecued spider legs.
Oh yeah.
Well, Varric definitely.
It is a bit of a delicacy.
I'm still yet to be swayed.
Oh, I thought they were a staple for your tribe. All
No,
right.
he just decided to take a bite out of one when we were fighting, and it was, wow, this is good. Yeah, I've been saving some for him.
All right, so I guess we should start with initiative, everyone.
I don't get to cast my fireball.
I don't see what's the point, because fireball is gonna kill everything in the room, so what's the point of rolling initiative?
I guess we'll
I-
see how much damage
I
he does.
suppose
Get
we
to go
probably
f-
should.
They might get to go first.
Right.
So what initiates the combat is the spiders making their presence known. Not the
but-
fireball.
Exactly.
Okay.
You didn't say you were walking in with the fireball. He said he was ready to respond to something, right?
Yep.
Right.
And I might be going first, as usual.
Big shock.
Now, the question is, did the burning hands looks like it's aimed almost right at that one big spider, and that was Haig's thing that he was doing, or did it happen before he even lit off the burning hands?
Well, based on the initiative rolls, that one that he's walking towards actually has an initiative slightly better than Lily does.
Oh, nice. It gets
So-
to go first.
Yes, it is going to get to go first. It is the one that is going, and it works out rather nicely because then, well, Kaylee will be able to respond, but the rest of you guys are all slow pokes, though I don't have an initiative for Ms. or Varric. Did you guys roll? Let's see.
I
I know we've had problems with your initiative, Ms.
had to go through that time.
Well, hold on, did you roll? No, you didn't. Let's see.
Well, considering the fact that he spends most of his time being a cat, they don't really have a whole lot of initiative for anything anyway.
That is very true. I do like to sleep on the job.
Just saying.
Well, someone gonna watch your backs, you crazy bunch of people.
Hey, don't.
There's
I'm fine. It's the rest of you guys that are a little bit off the center with the monkeys and the Goliaths and shit. I'm just a normal everyday dragonborn.
And I'm just a normal everyday cat.
Right.
Meow.
And I'm the elf
With
that
MPD.
was either stupid enough or crazy enough to hang out with these crazy
Lunatics?
people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And don't sell yourself short, Ms. You're a schizophrenic cat.
Aren't they all?
Eh.
Every cat I've ever met's a little left of center. But
All right, so Haig comes charging in there. And as soon as he does, well, let's see. Okay, now that path of action would take you right into the spider webs. You would be stepping outside the path that's there. So let me.
Well, it's direction.
that's-
That was just the direction of
that-
what I was going to sweep my burning hands with.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm only standing in the doorway.
All right.
He really does not want to go any further.
Gotcha. So as you get to the doorway, this one notices you before you notice it. Let's make sure. So now, no, this one is about your size. The one in the corner with the big M is probably about twice the size.
Lovely.
for mucho grande.
And so he goes there.
And just so you know, Keith, I'm calling it ahead of time. Depending upon how the attack roll goes against Hag, I may use my chronal shift that says as a reaction, after you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw, you can force the creature to re-roll.
Thanks for the heads up. All right, so he is going to, how often can you do that now?
Twice per long rest.
I don't think you want to make him re-roll that.
Well, if it's an attack, I didn't see what the attack was, but
Yeah, hold on.
but I make the decision after I see whether the roll succeeds or fails. So, and then yeah. So I'm just ready to use that if a crit comes in or something like that.
Sorry, this is taking me so long, guys. There we go.
Okay.
And it misses.
Good.
Red Dress says, I got you, poopy mouth.
There we go. All right, now Kaylee is up.
Well, I'm gonna shoot at the one next to Hague simply because I can. If I have to float up higher so that I can shoot over him without seriously risking hitting him, then that's fine. Because I can do that.
I don't know if there's that much clearance in the corridor, honestly. You'd probably be better shifting to your left or to his left, I would say. Which
Like
is,
here?
yeah, because you would still be
Okay.
at the path, the clear path. And that would
Okay. Yeah.
allow you a clear target to part of his occupied space or its occupied space.
Yeah. All right. Then I will do that. And I am, yes, floating. It can see me, but that's okay. It is adjacent to an enemy of my target that is not incapacitated or otherwise unable, so I get that, and then okay. And then I'm going to back away from the doorway because the big one's coming next, and I do not want to be all up close and personal with the big one. Someone like me being all up close and personal with the big one just seems like a very bad idea.
Time for the dice to make their will known. Okay, so be it.
Whoa, that took that one right out.
Yep.
Yep.
Very nice. So now the question is, Hag and Varric go up and hacky slashy on the big one?
Well, we're gonna want the big drumsticks, none of those little toothpicks.
That's true. Because I don't have to throw a fireball at it. I got another option, possibly. No, that wouldn't be a good option. Never mind.
Excuse me.
And so the big one stays at a distance and launches a web at Haig, which manages to restrain him.
Oh, lovely.
Hey. We got do I have
From a
something for
distance.
restraint? Go ahead.
And it makes a blood curdling sound that kind of sounds like a scream, but also sounds like an attack cry.
Oh, wonderful.
Fireball it is.
Varric, you're up.
Okay. Where is Master James? There he is. I'll make sure that changes. Why am I targeting Redred? Oh, because of the
The coup
fight too.
battle.
So why won't it stop targeting though? Isn't it just control click?
If you're having trouble with the targeting, on the map, you see that toolbar up at the top.
Yeah.
There's a clear targets button. It's the target with
Yep.
a slash through it. Yeah,
Yep.
just click that and it should clear your targeting.
Yeah.
Negative.
Otherwise, I find it helpful to click on my own icon first and then do the control click on other stuff.
Yep,
'Cause
that
sometimes I
also
have
helps,
something else selected.
especially when you're controlling more than one character sheet.
Yeah, it looks like I've clicked Varric as my active. Where did Varric go now? Oh my gosh, this is a mess. Varric
with
is
the
not in the
UI.
top. Varric is not in the top left for me to click again to reopen his character sheet.
I think you can click him in the combat tracker too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because he's not actually logged in. That's why he's not showing up in the top left.
Okay. Clicking him on the combat tracker is not working.
You probably aren't registering as having ownership. And so that is probably part of what's causing your problems.
I
did
could
drag
move
him
him
over
though.
for control earlier. I don't know if that's sufficient though.
No, it's not.
I think you have
At
to
least
clear
not
owner,
if he's
right?
closed the.
All
If
right,
he's closed the sheet, then yeah, you have to either
Limit-
drag it back onto him or clear ownership.
all right, I cleared targets. Can you set target?
Let's see. So that one's dead. We might as well stay in the middle. Leave some room for others. See if we can target. Negative.
Well, that seems different than what we've been used to.
They've made some changes and that may have affected what we've been doing.
I have to do this too. Hold on, I gotta clear my.
Okay, and that,
There
yep,
we go.
that's just a little bit out. There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say that's just a little bit out of your move range. So there you can go 30. You've now
There we go.
targeted the monstrous spider.
I was still not going to be able to swing.
That's not right. You should be able. I gave you control.
But how am I going to open him?
Yeah, if he closes the sheet, then he loses control unless
There it is.
you clear ownership in the character selection window and he goes in and grabs it there.
Well, I dragged it back over to him, so it reappeared. So
Yeah.
Okay, that'll work. That will work.
All right, let's make it simple for the start so I can read over his stuff. but he's going to get 2 swings, right? So let's get a swing with some Morning Star action. About the, yeah. Sweet. Let's get a start there. This. I need more space.
Oh, definitely a good set of starting wounds.
Yeah, it won't let me complete his turn either. That's weird.
That's normal.
Is it?
You don't have ownership of him, not proper ownership. So you can't end his turn.
Oh, it's okay. I can
Gotcha.
always advance it. So, not bad. You did, a couple of good hits on them, but the monstrous spider doesn't seem particularly phased. He's hurt, but not much.
Okay.
Redreth. I smell some
It
brimstone.
complicates throwing a fireball in there when there's someone else in there.
You know you wanted to
Yeah.
do some time stuff anyway.
However, yeah, that wouldn't work very well though, because if anybody does damage, then it resets and would wake him back up. So boo. So instead, I am going to cast a flaming sphere right here next to Mr. Spider. I'll tuck it right over there against the wall. And so it's a 5-foot flaming sphere. So like that, I believe is what it says it is.
Nice. We'll block him in.
Sphere, it's 5-foot diameter. So it'll be a little one. And I'll just stick it right in the corner of the room, right there by him, just giving him a hug. Actually like that, kind of keep him pinned in the corner a bit.
Nice.
Happy little ball of fire right here.
Yeah, exactly. Happy little trees. And so I will cast that, and then he's got to do his dex save versus it. He did succeed. So now it's going to be, there's the 2d6 damage. So a little bit of damage. And it is on fire. So it's also burning the webs around it.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's got this.
And I was right when I said I smell brimstone.
Right, exactly. And so then it's got the effect flaming sphere. What does that do? That casts it on me. I think that's to keep the concentration going for that. And also I'm removing the mage armor from myself because I have not cast it since we took a rest. I should have, but I didn't. So I do not have that protection. So yeah, so I am concentration, keeping the flaming sphere up. And as long as I keep it up, it'll keep doing him damage. So
Okay. And are you ramming it into him? Or just keeping it in position?
I believe this time I only cast it.
All right. So
Unoccupied space.
when you cast it, it goes into position. And if the opponent ends its turn in its proximity, then it must make its dexterity save. However, as a bonus action, you can move the sphere up to 30 feet. And if you ram the sphere into a creature, then the creature must make its saving throw against the sphere's damage.
Oh,
So
yeah,
basically, if you just put it there, the spider it can move away from it and doesn't have to respond to it or take damage from it until the end of its turn if it's in the area.
Oh, I see. Well, then, yeah, then I definitely would have cast it like right here and just run it into the side of it.
Okay. And that's kind of important also because it affects the coverage area relative to all the spider webs that are in the room. So,
Right.
First thing, obviously, without any issue, spider webs are highly flammable, lots of oxygen. So as soon as the sphere appears, it kind of looks more like a fireball. For the rest of you, whereas any of you who had paid attention and it's like, okay, yeah, that's not a fireball spell because of the words he's saying don't sound quite the same, or his hand gesticulations aren't quite the same. As soon as he lets it off, you're like, oh shit, he did do a fireball, because the whole side of the room basically just goes as the spider webs, incinerate. That being said, it immediately calms down and you can see that it is just a concentrated ball of fire that is being controlled, and he rams it into the spider, which now must make a dexterity
It
save.
already did it. I
Oh, did it?
misread how the spell works, so I clicked the button, and so it did it, and made it succeeded on its dex save and only took half damage from it.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, and I see that in the log now. So cool. Glad that was
Yep.
all automated. Love
And that is it for me.
Okay. However, let's see. I guess we're on to Fekish. All right, and Fekish is way over there.
And you're off your mic a little bit, Keith.
Sorry, yeah, I had to look over for a second. So, Fekish, have you been that far out? Because that's going to require a run for you to get there in one turn.
I'm in no hurry. Yeah, I mean, I'm just moving closer to what's going on.
He says, I have no interest in spiders.
Okay. That being said, let's see.
Why am I still targeting Heg? There we go.
Now Haig is in web, right? Yes, he's
Yes.
by web. Doesn't affect his vision at all. And okay, Lily, do a perception roll. Okay, a little more difficult for you because you're not quite inside the room and you're kind of obscured by Haig. But the two Goliaths are in the room and they're both kind of looking at almost by force and the direction that the flash originated. And as the flash blindness goes away, all three of you notice something familiar. Can you guess what? I will say
Oh,
it's something that was exposed on the walls that are now no longer covered by spider webs.
oh, nice.
On the walls,
Yes.
inscriptions.
Yes.
Sweet.
New inscription, folks.
Yeehaw.
Oh, let's finish this out because obviously you're not going to be able to pay much attention to it at the moment. But yes, there is an inscription on the wall. So that being
Nice.
said, Ms. I guess already advanced his turn. Yep. And Haig, you are up.
All right. So what am I rolling for against the restraint? Just a regular strength?
I boo. Hold on, let me double check. Target is restrained by webbing. As an action, the restrained target can make a DC 15th strength check, bursting the webbing on a success. Webbing can also be attacked and destroyed.
Ugh. Oh, but I can't attack it because I'm restrained by it, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
You
well,
you could grapple it, but I think basically that's what the strength check is.
Yeah.
Really, that's all you got?
That's all I got.
Wow.
Blech. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, that was a flub. Okay, senior cultist has no idea what's going on. I guess you left him tied up over in the other room.
Oh, he's tied to me. So
Oh, okay. Well, we just left him in the other room for now. All right, and let's see. Interesting. Kelly, you are up.
I'm gonna shoot at the massively oversized spider.
Shoot it, punch it in the nose.
Okay, and Varric is not incapacitated or unconscious, correct?
Correct. Gotta love those sneak attacks, but still not enough to take it out.
No, but it's definitely hurting.
Yes, indeed it is. Most definitely. And it is definitely not happy with you. You have got its attention.
Yeah. Yes.
And so much so that it really does not care about Varric at the moment.
Okay. Does it take damage or have to make a save for starting adjacent or within the
No, only
Uh,
ending its turn, not starting its
okay.
turn. So this actually kills two birds with one stone. It gets away from the fire, comes up here, doesn't have to worry about Haig because he's incapacitated and has now closed to basically melee range with you.
Does it have to take damage at the start of its turn or something from your fireball?
No, we just asked.
No, we
Okay,
just
okay, sorry.
we just asked that question.
Sorry, I
Okay,
was
so
distracted.
it's gonna come up to me. I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna run away.
Oh, is that your evasion ability?
That is my skirmisher ability. I am running away and I do not provoke.
But it's its turn. Can you do that on its turn?
That's what
It's a reaction.
Yeah, I think she can.
It's a reaction.
So let's see, where is your skirmisher traits?
Yep.
Difficult to pin down during a fight. You can move up to half your speed as a reaction when an enemy ends its turn within 5 feet.
Ah. Okay, so it can it still gets to smack at me before I can run away. That's
Correct. Okay. Yes. So it hasn't ended its turn.
But it doesn't get an extra smack when I run.
Correct. It does not get the opportunity attack. However, I am sorry to say it does get 2 attacks and is going to try to leverage them.
Of course it does.
One of them is probably going to get you to stick.
Well,
Like
and
me.
and I will do the chronal shift thing on it and force it to re-roll if it gets a big hit.
The first one.
Okay, it misses the first one.
Is a bite. It tries to attack you with a bite and it does miss. And then it tries to get you again.
And it misses.
It's also a miss, which I am sure you are very grateful for.
Oh, yes. And then I run away from it because I do not want it all up in my face.
Okay, I know what's been missing here.
I do not want it all up in my face.
You guys got lucky because it got skipped last time because it was not visible, but there was another one in the webs on the other side. I'm not going to go back to,
okay.
Should have won that one, but it does get to go this time. And it pops out of the webs. This is a smaller one and sees Varric right there. Oh, but actually, before I proceed, no, you weren't quite in melee range with him, were you, Varric? You were just slightly off to the side, weren't you?
I was I thought I swung
Okay,
at
so
it.
you had an
Yeah.
opportunity attack on him when he rushed Kaylee.
Cool. So I already had the flail. No, that's Haig. Hold on. Wrong one.
Yep, got to get the right character sheet up.
That'll do.
Ooh. Booyah!
Oh,
Now let's
smacky.
Does
see if you did anything with it.
Not terrible.
That's decent. That's very decent.
Yep. Definitely.
It's not dead,
Still
but
not dead though.
it's definitely
It helps.
Hanging on.
Yeah.
Okay, so he attacks it, he hits it, it squeaks, screeches, whatever you want to call it, but still seems to ignore Varric as it closes in on Kaylee. Tries to bite at it once, at her once and twice, but akin to her profession, she definitely avoids it, and then manages to clear another 15 feet of distance down the corridor.
Yep.
And with that, Varric is now up.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry, because I skipped over the other one again. So as you attack the big one, the smaller one that's been hidden in the northeast corner now gets to attack you, making itself known.
Oh, bring it.
Oh, that was almost a 20, but it missed. Okay, now you get to respond. Either to the
Okay.
one that ignored you or the one that is not ignoring you.
So since I have a vague idea what he's trying to do, I'm going to come around and why do I have the 20 that way? Weird.
I don't know.
Is there a clear movement? Anyway, I'm going to move this way. And I'm going to swing at this one. Oh, maybe because I've got that one targeted. That's why. I'll target this one. I go here. Here. And I forgot to read his darn skills again. Oh, no, I didn't. What's this? Dang it. It's probably not going to matter, but just in case it does, I am going to swing at this guy with the single swing.
Okay,
Back
go
up to
for
the
it.
Morning Star. Sorry, it's a lot of bouncing around. And then my bonus action.
Nefekish,
I'm
at
gonna
this
do
point,
that
you can now
guy.
see what they are fighting as. Part of it is now peeping out of the corridor ahead of you. And you can tell it's a very, very big spider.
Mhm.
Larger than any of you have seen too, which is surprising. It's not to say that you've seen them all, but this is notably much larger.
Means the Goliaths are going to eat well this evening.
Oh yeah, there's a few meals of spider legs in that one. The others are just snacks. This one's definitely at least a full meal, if not leftovers for lunch the next day. Per spider leg.
Okay. That's all Varric's going to do. Regular attack, he's going to swing at the little guy, and then he use his vow of enmity on the large guy. In case it comes back another round, I've got advantage on attack rolls versus the big spider.
Okay, I guess that works. And I'll end his turn.
Yep.
All right, Redrith, you are up.
All right. Looking up at the big monster that's right in my face.
Yeah,
Hi,
he
big and ugly.
dominates you. You feel like Sam compared to Shelob.
All right. So I will, looking at that. So, let's see. I got to mark off. That's right. I got to mark off that spell slot. Okay. So I am going to look at it and
It looks back at you.
and I am going to cast polymorph
On the spider. Interesting.
and it failed its save.
Oh,
So it turns into a mouse. Now
Sweet.
that ends my
Miserum.
flaming sphere because that's concentration and polymorph is concentration. So we now have a cute little mouse running around.
You shrunk
so-
the drumsticks.
Well, only until you damage
Okay,
it.
so we know that we can safely we can safely not go after it for a little while and concentrate on the other one.
Correct. That is correct. So now, boop. it's a
That,
little
I
mouse.
suppose, was kind of the point.
Yep. So I am just concentrating. I have taken my boot and lightly stepped on the tail of the mouse to hold it in place, not causing any damage, but just holding it in place and saying, all right, take care of the other one. Squeak.
Blackish, you're up. Spider is now mouse.
Okay. then.
Very nice.
I'm glad that worked. That was my only 4th level spell slot.
Now we go after other spider.
Uh,
All right, so Beckish finally has gotten through the secret door. Keeping in mind you had to press the other gem on the monkey idol in order to get through that door. And that would be which one? Which side did you press? No hints. Come on,
What?
Beckish. Which side did you press?
I thought the door was still open, but either way, left side, right?
There you go.
And hit. And
As
Secret
my mother
door
used to
doesn't
tell us
stay
for,
open.
as my mother would say for ears ringing, right for spite, left all right.
right.
Good job, Feckish.
I actually killed something. Hot damn.
Sweet.
And that would be enter. All right. Then.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you kill the wrong one? Yeah, you killed the one that was already dead.
Oh, damn it. Beating a dead horse. Oh, well.
Oh, the damage under unidentified creatures. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh well.
3.
So
All right.
I'm gonna
now-
take
Kate,
the
you're back
attack
up.
of. I'll take the attack of opportunity from the mouse. And get here. What we got? Oh no, wait, I can't yet. I can't yet. I can't yet. Take that all back. I have to fight my restraint first.
Yes.
Oh my aching tail. Action surge.
Okay.
Getting ticked. Hold on, let me mark it first so I don't forget. There we go. Let's try this again. Oh my gosh.
Nope. 3
Wow.
row. Goliath fails his strength check.
Strongest
You're not
strongest
gonna live
webs
that down.
ever.
You're not going to live that down.
Strongest
No, you're
webs
not.
ever.
Okay, number 3 is still up.
Red dress says, try again, poopy mouth.
Let's see.
3 is unconscious.
3 is or 6 is? Oh yeah, 3.
3 is unconscious.
Who made 3 unconscious?
That's the first one to
did.
die.
Huh?
I
Oh,
killed it.
3 went. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at 6, not 3. Duh. Okay, so my mistake.
Okay.
I was just getting
So,
identifiers mixed up.
well, yeah, I am not going after the mouse. I'm going to come over here. And I should be able to see at least some of 6 from there. And so I'm going to
I don't know. That might be a
shoot
tough
it.
call.
Well, what if
Because
I
of
move
Haig's
over
size.
there?
Because of Haig's size. That,
Because of his size.
yes, that definitely, since the spider is now mouse sized. If it was still full sized, I'd say you wouldn't be any better off. But that should-
Okay, but
just enough.
it's a mouse now, so okay, so I can see giant spider 6 well enough to shoot at it
Just enough
without
with your
seriously
sharpshooter.
endangering my combat comrades. That is a hit. Is Varric considered adjacent to it?
No, there's a partial cover.
Okay. All right. No, still decent
Had
decent
he-
damage for.
Had he moved to the center, yes, he would have been adjacent, but no, right at the moment he's got partial cover from.
Yeah. So, there we go. All right. That's decent damage for not being able to. Oops, that is not what I meant to hit. Sorry. Hit the wrong key on the keyboard.
I guess it doesn't matter since it didn't hit anyway. But okay, so
Yeah.
monstrous spider is up, but it is now in mouse form, and it's confused. It's very confused.
It has never been this small.
It's never been this small. It wants to spit a web, and that isn't working very much. It does some weird form of. Then it tries to climb up the wall and smacks itself into the wall. And so now Mouse is kind of stunned.
It's stuck under Redruth's boot, though.
That's true. So yeah, it winds up then trying to climb up his boot. That doesn't work. So he's kind of stunned, both mentally and physically.
Yes. Poor giant spider.
I guess it does try to bite at Redruth's boot, but I'm not going to bother to roll for that unless we're keeping point track of
It's a field mouse.
clothing.
So good luck with that.
Health.
Yeah. Poor spider.
All right, but
Let's-
6 does now get.
Let's take care of its comrade quickly so that we can put this poor spider out of its misery.
So it goes, it has Varric targeted. It is going to try to bite at him directly. Ooh.
All right, we'll Stone's endurance that one. Let her rip, tater chip.
Let's see.
Is that within 30 feet of me? Because I can force a reroll. Yeah,
It's up to you.
Right, the spider is, but not actually the point of contact.
Don't sweat it anyway, Jim, unless it's like massive. I'm gonna get a D12
It says,
plus my
it
con
says
modifier.
after you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll. So, okay, that's
So
fine.
yeah,
I won't worry about it then.
No, I agree. The spider is within 30 feet of you. That is true.
It's up to you, Jim. I get resistance D12 plus a con modifier, and I get that
Okay.
back at a short rest. I don't think you get yours back till a long, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to make sure there wasn't a long lasting effect from a critical hit.
You did a 14, so let me
We're
let me
not
pull
done
my
yet.
stu-
Let's see, hold on.
okay.
You failed the poison save. So yeah, you would take another 10 points of poison damage.
Yeah. Well, and I would have had to do it before the damage was rolled. So
Okay.
I haven't used it yet.
I'm,
so I still got 2
I'm
uses.
happy to retcon that.
Okay.
Depends on how you guys want to handle it.
Your call,
That's
Jim.
That's up to you. Like I said, I've got 2 of them. If you think we might hit something bigger, then that's fine. But I do have 2 of them I can use this long rest. So I can just force a reroll of the attack, and the chances are it won't be a critical next time. So might still be a hit, but
Let's save it. Let's save it.
okay, we'll save it.
All right, then this all takes effect as that. And so let's see. No, unfortunately, it does look like you are also paralyzed.
Oh, well, geez.
So wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
But that's the extent of what he can do. He doesn't.
This
get-
is fine. We're all fine here. How are you?
We're all fine. Yeah. How are you?
now you get to respond.
Except you're paralyzed.
except for he's paralyzed. Yeah. So what do I have to do for against paralyzation? Is that a con? What is the save on that? Is there a save on paralyzation? I can't remember.
Well, no, you already did the save. I don't think you can just fight it off again. I think at this point, unless you have a some kind of magical resistance or a spell or something, you just got to wait it out.
Okay.
Is that correct, Alex?
I believe so, yeah.
The question is, how long is it going to last? You don't know yet.
Yeah, if unless the description of the spell or ability specifies that you get a new save every turn or when you take damage or something, it's just you fail the first save and you're kind of stuck.
Guess what?
Well, I was
So
going to say, I think
there's additional details specifically on the creature. So let's see, you did fail the save, so you do take the poison damage. On a failed save or half as much on a successful one. If the poison damage reduces the target to 0 hit points, the target is stable but poisoned for 1 hour even after regaining hit points and is paralyzed while poisoned in this way. So you haven't been reduced to 0. You are not subject to that effect. You are not paralyzed. So let me remove that.
Okay.
Sometimes you really got to read the details, you know?
Devil's in the details.
Yeah. Okay, so Barrick, you are not paralyzed. You do get to respond. So, I would
So I'm
say
not
you are
par-
probably pretty pissed.
Oh yeah. So let's see. what
You just
he
did
has.
what? Oh, hell no.
Let's see. I keep forgetting to read his skills before I go.
Yeah, that would really be helpful.
Weapon attack during the spell's duration. Your attack is an extra 1d6 psychic. Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of you until the spell ends. So we'll do the Wrathful Smite.
Ooh.
So do I have the right creature? I do not at the moment. We should be attacking this guy. No, wait, that's Haig, right? So I've got to take my target off the monstrous and put it on Spider 6, Keith.
Okay, so let me clear the target. Put it on Spider 6. There we go.
Okay, there we go. And then this one. So he's saved against it, which means he doesn't get fear, I think. So why? Okay. Oh, wait. Deals an extra 1d6. Additionally, saving throw or be frightened of me. So he's not going to get fear, but I get an extra 1d6 psychic damage. So.
Which I believe should auto apply when you roll. I hope.
Okay.
If it's been properly coded. Oh, and you have advantage on it too, so that definitely helped.
Advantage should have been placed against the monstrous spider, though.
You must not have applied it properly. So take the effect off of you, and then when you apply the effect, you have to hold down Shift and drag the button onto the monstrous spider.
Okay, so I've got to take this. How am I gonna? That. Did that do it? No. Gosh, I wish I would just remember to do it and hit the advantage button when I was swinging at the monster spider. Just be easier for me to do it myself.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, you have to in the combat tracker, you have to click on the walking man symbol, and you should be able to delete them from there.
Very good.
But yeah, basically it looks like the one that got dropped was a 2. So I'm just gonna have you re-roll
Okay. So go here.
without
here.
advantage, obviously.
Right. That should have cleared the advantage. That'll do, pig.
That's a clear hit.
We got a D8 plus 5. Where is the wrath? Oh,
You don't have to
No.
worry about it. It's already going down. So the two monstrous,
Oh, yeah.
sorry, the two giant spiders are down. The monstrous spider is in mouse form.
okay. And then just advance my turn.
All right, Redreth. Everyone's dead. Mouse is under your boot, or his tail is anyway.
So Redreth will
If you're looking around the room, you see Varric kind of licking his lips, staring at him under your boot. Kind of like
oh, I can get you both in a fireball if I throw it into the room. How cool is that? I want to back up. Be a shame if something happened. Let's see here. So
My gosh, have you guys really not had any inscriptions since November?
it's been a while.
Oof.
So the polymorph will stay for up to an hour.
Yep.
But you have to
So-
keep concentration.
Yes, if I keep
Yep.
concentration. So what I can do is I will I can pick up the mouse and I'll just tell you guys, how about if you guys clear out of the room and I can throw the mouse, toss the mouse into the room and follow it up with a fireball, because as soon as it hits the other side of the room, it will probably lose its single hit point or whatever and turn back into a big spider. And then when it does that, then the fireball will land and blow it
We'll
up.
have breakfast.
Yes, but I can wait a turn for everybody to clear out of the way.
That sounds like a good plan to me.
Yeah, I'm down.
Unless we torch some inscriptions off the wall. I'm still restrained, so I can't move.
I was gonna say I got 60 minutes, so if you guys want to free free those that are caught up in the webs, I can hold the spider still, and you guys can take care of that. You can even take a few minutes to write down the inscriptions, and then we can do the plan with the big spider and toss him into the room and fireball him. And I don't know if that'll kill
Are
him
the
or not.
inscriptions carved into the wall, or are they just painted on?
That's a really good question. I don't think they fully
Because
detailed that.
inscription kind of implies that it has been carved, at least to me, but it doesn't have to be.
I would agree with you, but that being said, it's not like you guys haven't been known to bring down the house before.
Exactly.
Burning down the house. Dun, dun, dun.
So yeah, I mean, we do have an hour for the polymorph, so yeah, it's plausible that we would go in and copy down the inscriptions just in case, and make sure everybody gets clear of the room before Redreth tosses the creature.
Varric's gonna walk this way uncomfortably close to Redreth and be like looking down in his hand and up at Redreth through the top of his eyebrows and then down back at his hand, and just kind of waiting for him to do what he's gonna do. He's really hungry.
All right, you will find the inscription on the walls reproduced or
Seeing
posted in the inscription
Varric
channel.
do that, Redreth has a great desire to just drop it down Varric's shirt and then smack it.
Okay.
Didn't your mother ever tell you
we
not to
would-
play with your food?
we would probably take the time to make sure that we cover check all the walls and make sure that this is the only one we see.
Well,
Yep.
you are aware there's another door up there beyond.
And I'd love to
Yeah.
help you, but
This inscription is pretty much written on both sides of the two walls in the antechamber. There does not appear
Okay.
to be any inscriptions in the next less deep chamber in front of the door. What's
Okay.
on the door,
Redreth
we don't know yet.
goes, boy, Haig, you could go write down those inscriptions if you weren't a bit tied up right now.
yeah, I've been trying to get free. Anybody want to give me a hand? That'd be Ducky.
Redreth goes,
Oh, and by the way, Varric,
How are you going to clap with a mouse in your hand?
it's under my boot.
Oh, right.
Dan, I should remind you or also point out that while Varric was up there on the other side of the spider, he does not like what's on the other side of that door.
Oh, he's not feeling good about the door.
Yes, there's
Okay.
definitely evil beyond that door. It's poignant, it's focused, it's very noticeable to him.
It's a good thing I kept both of the chronal shifts then.
Now, that being said, the paladin in him was also telling him he needs to discover it and get rid of it.
Okay.
He's in conflict. And with a paladin, which side is going to win.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I haven't said anything yet. I'm a little hyper focused on breakfast.
That's fine, but it's very apparent to him.
Okay. All right. While everybody's standing there, I might as well, try to take another go at this. Yep. Still wiggling. Still
Alex, you
squirming.
translated already?
Oh, did you share it?
Yeah, it said it's.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
Well, at this point, you've almost got it done, so I won't be any help.
If Redreth fires a fire bolt at the webs holding,
Somebody could
would-
just cut it.
would that burn it off and release him?
Hey, I kind of like my arms not singed. So
I'm just saying, hey, I can't move because I got the mouse right here under my foot. So
all right, this is literally my last go.
He can really get an assist with it too,
Okay. At this point, I'm just squatting down until I sit down and going, yep, I'm done.
I will.
Oh, I think your brother would probably come on over and assist at that point,
Yeah, that's probably true.
or you give him an assist when he does so.
Varric says, I'm not helping on this one. This is hilarious.
Okay, yep, I'm all for that, RP.
Little brotherly rivalry. I'll let him squirm a minute.
Having fun in there? This looks familiar. I seem to remember Mom doing this.
All right.
Actually, I bet you
Let's see.
5-1, we probably can add some real great colorful depth to your family character and history, and that you had cribs made out of spider webs and bones.
There you go.
So Redreth shoots a firebolt right at the webs holding.
All right.
Whoops.
I've got a translation in.
Oops,
the
I was
Discord.
targeting the big spider by mistake. I did not shoot that at the big spider.
Maybe I should force you to rethink your clicks. Oh, guess what? Unexpectedly, spider has resumed size. No,
Poof.
just kidding. Be careful what you say as DM.
So there you go. A
Right,
little
your word.
bit of fire there at your feet. So at least you can move around, even if you're still tied up.
Yeehaw.
Yes, I have a translation in Discord if anybody's interested.
Oh, goody. That looks.
I'd say you should share it in Zoom. because for anyone that might actually watch this in the future, I'm sure they want to know what it says.
Oh, okay.
Unless you're just really building the suspense.
Really?
Tune in next week, folks, and find out what the inscription says.
Do
No,
we
go ahead.
want? Do we want to know?
Go ahead, Alex. Alex?
I'm typing.
Oh, you're going to type it. This wasn't a chance for you to give a dramatic oration.
I don't do dramatic orations.
Don't undersell yourself.
There we go. I
Beware
believe that
ye-
is roughly what it says.
Beware ye the wrath of Set and his minions, for before ye lies the gate to this kingdom of evil, and those who journey never return.
Except for our party, because we're awesome. What was the end result of the firebolt to my spider webs? Because otherwise, my brother's going to pull the sun sword and use the sun radiance from the sword and the blade to softly cut through the spider web.
Which spider? There are no webs left. They all vaporized with your initial.
No, the ones wrapping
The
up
ones that are,
egg.
that are wrapped around me.
Oh, okay.
I firebolted at his feet to light him on fire.
Yeah, well, these are not quite the same kind of webs, so they don't quite burn the same. They're obviously a lot thicker than the ones that were covering the room. But
And
time
they're
not
wet
with
still because they just came out of the spider's butt.
right. So time notwithstanding, it basically is about the same effect. Does burn a little bit hotter, a little bit slower, but it does loosen the grip. And yeah, I'm gonna have you do a strength check one more time. Just don't critical. Don't. Yeah.
Just for comic's sake, thanks.
Yeah, don't do a critical fail.
And
Otherwise,
the
yeah,
2.
we're gonna have to roll it. There you go. Finally.
Oh my gosh, that was the worst.
Of course, now you're coated in melted webbing,
Perfect.
melted web goo.
The consistency of melted marshmallow.
He slimed me.
So I walk up to Redrith and I forcibly give him the handshake, with the one hand on in the handshake position and the other hand, holding on to him. I'm like, thanks, dude. Thanks. And I walk away as like the ectoplasm sticks between us.
Redrith is sorely tempted to take the mouse and throw it against his back and watch it stick.
At least he didn't pat you on the face, that good old cheek tap.
Right.
All right. So what are we going to do with the mouse now? Are we ready to you've gotten the inscriptions down, obviously. Kale, we had enough time to not just copy it, but translate it. And that's going to take a few minutes of time beyond what we've already accomplished. So we will advance the clock a bit.
Throw the mouse like one of those poppets on the 4th of July, those little white things that snap on the ground.
Right. So the plan is to throw the mouse at this corner, just like a nice underhand toss, and follow it up with a fireball. That's the plan. But I don't have to do that if everyone else just wants to, gang up on it and beat it to pieces too.
No, I want to crisp it nicely. Varric wants it nice and warm and, got that black char on the outside.
Right.
In the
Okay.
interest of timing, though, I might suggest that someone else throw it as you're gesticulating the spell.
Sure. That sounds
All right.
good. I
I'll do
will.
that.
I will pass it off to Hag. He's got to make sure it doesn't stick on his.
That's already a bad idea. Let's let Varric's the one that's hungry. Let's
Yeah.
put it in there.
So there we
Hey,
go.
Ellie will happily throw it.
Okay.
Yeah, let us.
Sure. That sounds
Sure.
good. All right.
Yeah.
So I
So
will.
I will come up here and
In this case, you know, it's not
Take them-
just really a cute, cuddly mouse.
yes, I will come up here and take the mouse from Rudrath and throw it into the room and aim for roughly the center of the room.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
And,
And the-
yep. Redreth, make sure you do have the spider targeted when you cast the spell.
Yes, it does say I have monstrous spider targeted.
Okay, good.
So very good. All right. So so the spider hits and I go ba-boom.
It fails, so it takes full damage.
Barbecue.
And it yeah, it dies.
Boom.
So yeah, that pretty much
We
takes
have-
care of it.
We have a
And-
dead spider.
And 8 barbecued spider legs. Each one at least enough for a full Goliath meal.
That's right.
So
Look at that.
exciting.
At least one for each of us.
I'm Alva Klimt. Talk amongst yourselves.
Varric.
Yeah, meat content, I'd say that it's the equivalent of each one of you getting a rack of ribs.
There you go.
Varric starts nicely cutting them off and passing them to each other and passing them to everybody. Be like, here. Yeah. Breakfast is served.
Barbecue. What goes good with this?
Awesome. Very good.
Uh,
Good timing too.
So I figure after whoever eats or whatever, I go, oh yeah, and by the way, we're not going through that. You guys, well, I guess we are going through the door because he's going to want to, but whatever's behind that door is not going to be fun.
Oh, of course not. Not with that inscription.
And certainly not going to happen this session because we are now at our end of game point. So,
Very nice.
thank you all for showing, for sure. I think this is the fullest group we've had in a while. Hopefully we can get Matt and Dan to play together at some point.
Probably likely.
Yeah, I hope so. But you guys have definitely been doing a good job missing each other lately and just trying to be able to have one cover the other and vice versa. So I'm not sure how much more you've got here in this particular zone. When and if you do finish it, we will be roughly halfway through the campaign. But that being said, we've kept ourselves busy on this for what, going on 2 years now, or coming up on 2 years.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
there's plenty more content to be had. I'm really surprised we've gone, what, 5 months without any inscriptions, but yeah, we're about 2/3 of the way through the inscriptions. So there's plenty of more of those to be discovered. And hopefully for the next section, I will be able to have a chance to redo the inscriptions in graphical form again, instead of just cutting and pasting the old PDFs. But was there any last minute player business? I think we're good for today.
I think we are good. It's been fun as always. My apologies for oversleeping, but it happens. I'm just
yeah.
glad that I was able to wake up and join you guys anyway.
Well, we'll be honest with you, Alex. Mizram brought up, if anyone had heard from you after last time you mentioned you were sick, and I did a search through Fantasy Grounds and a couple of the other forums I know that you're in, and we didn't see you post anything since then. So we were a little worried. We were glad that you made it in. So
Yeah,
glad you're okay.
I don't post much.
Well, I know that you help out a lot in the support areas and whatnot, and that you're usually pretty
Yeah.
engaged in that part. But yeah, I started noticing also that you're not a heavy poster. So I'm like, okay, yeah, she could just be taking a break. But yeah, we were still worried. So I'm glad you made it. Knock on wood. We'll see you and everyone else in 2 weeks.
All righty. We'll see you guys.
Thanks, guys. Catch you later.
Most certainly. Great job all.
Yeah.
And
Can you leave the table up? Can you leave the table up so I can finish my notes stuff?
Yep, I can, but I'm going to stop the recording now. And
Awesome. Thanks.
yep, I'll see you all. Well, let me stop the recording.